Get Into Geek. This is episode 104. We are talking Stargate SG-1, a bunch of veteran fans introducing one of our mates, a new viewer to the show, one episode per week. And here we are talking about our last episode for 2018, 48 hours. My name is Mitch. Joining me, the rest of the Get Into Geek team, we got Maddie, Brendan,
what's up?
Rhys.
G'day, guys.
And, of course, once you're here once, you're here for 3 weeks. Lincoln is here again.
Funny how that works, isn't it?
Every time.
The thing I like about
Glorious in pink.
this episode is that we're 48 hours away from the new year.
This is actually incredible.
So good.
So, yeah,
in Australia.
Did you guys
Yeah, our hundreds didn't measure up, but this is kind of like, well, you get something, you know.
Listen to this episode 48 hours before you're going to do something awesome.
Yeah.
And this is, what a coincidence.
That is totally.
We did this for you. So we're going to find out what this episode is about, then throw it over to Rhys, our first-time watcher, and see what he thought. During a near-fatal pursuit by Gould gliders, Teal'c fails to make it through the Stargate before it is destroyed. Now SG-1 is only 48 hours to re-establish Teal'c's energy signature from the temporary memory of the Stargate before it's erased for good.
Just look along the memory bank for fucking awesome. Just sitting in there.
Oh, look at these levels
dictionary.
of awesomeness. Now, I know last week there was a... Hang on, I'm just having a look at the synopsis for last week. SG recruits have become the targets of a secret hostile takeovers. And it was like, you've made a bit of a mistake.
Yeah.
Now, I just glossed over this one, but I will read it out as it's written. During a near-fatal pursuit by Gould gliders...
Oh, jeez.
Oh, really?
Oh, Glinders.
Or we could say grinders. Maybe there's Gould.
God, yeah.
Gould's on Grinder.
Oh, Gould Grinder.
Teal'c's like, oh no, I've been captured. Oh no. Where we go?
Tanneth me taint.
Tech my tay. Rhys.
Don't you use that pouch poacher on me today.
Or do. What? Here it is. Rhys, 48 hours. Teal'c. What'd you think?
Yeah, a Teal'c episode with no Teal'c in it.
It's like your worst nightmare.
Yeah.
So much promise.
But he was
Yeah.
the main guy.
Would have been so good if he had no lines.
Yeah.
Like he comes back through the gate.
Yeah,
and they
fake
fix it.
black.
Yeah.
I loved it at the start, though. He's carrying that massive cannon again.
Oh, I'm glad you said
Just
cannon.
huge. And then obviously kills Tanneth. Just
Yeah.
like blows his face
Boom.
off.
See you,
Boom.
bitch.
Suck
Does
on
not
this.
miss.
Yeah. But this episode had pretty much everything. You got old dipshit Colonel Simmons,
Yeah.
a new dipshit in McKay. What a dipshit. You got the bloody Russians.
Don't get used to him anyway. He's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, one and done.
And we never
see him again
Who's that?
until next time.
McKay.
Okay.
Yeah.
The DHD blew up. Like this is a pretty eventful episode.
Yeah, what you don't know
didn't
is this is the penultimate episode of the season. They're just clearing house.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Get rid of everything.
Yep.
What would it take? Just lay it out on the table.
I loved every Daniel
Yeah.
scene in this episode. Everything he said was just f***ing gold.
Yeah.
Everything. I was like, boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, especially in that Russian area, when they're in Russia, rather. And then it was like, all they're asking for is what was promised. Like the entire time.
Russia.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all they're... I don't think any of their queries or things they were asking for was unrealistic.
And this is coming from a guy who last season blew Russia up. Like,
Yeah.
he f***ing just wasted the entire frigging area. And now he's just like, give them what they want.
Yeah. It's years away from widespread implementation, so we're sweet.
Yeah.
Just
We'll stop it eventually.
Just don't give him Naquita.
yeah.
how
Give him the
hard's
tech.
that?
Yeah, just don't give him raw Naquita. Weapons grade
We've
shit.
built this
Yeah.
generator. We don't know what to put in it yet. But,
We're working on that.
yeah.
Just give him the
Working on that.
tainted Naquita that they gave the Tolan.
Well, he's
Radioactive radiation.
Or just give him one, but set it up to blow. Blows up Russia.
Righto, Daniel's dream.
well, there is quite a large plot hole in the writing here, written by the wonderful Robert
Was
C.
it?
Cooper. Why did we need the Russians DHD?
Yeah.
We've got one. We've got the Antarctic DHD. It's never mentioned in this episode. I think Robert Cooper completely forgot it existed.
So it didn't have a depleted power source.
Well, it does next season when they reference it in Frozen. So up until this point, remember
even click to
in
me.
Touchstone,
Yeah.
when it's like there's those guys and they run and they're in the back of the truck
Yeah.
and they're using the
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
our
that's
D-
it.
that's the Antarctic
Oh,
DHD.
those sons of bitches. So if they don't go running around, which they power.
Yeah, so we had that DHD and the Antarctic Stargate
Yeah.
locked away. Then when Nemesis happened and they beamed up the Giza Gate and then that crashed in the water, that's the Russians' gate. So they have
it's our original gate.
they have the Giza Gate, plus they've had the Giza DHD that they took from the Germans in like World War One or whatever it was, World War Two.
We have the ancient one.
So we have everything from Antarctica.
So what's the one that's used in Watergate?
That's
the
the
Earth
Giza
one.
one. That's the Russians. That's their one.
Wouldn't you think they'd
So
just
that's-
take it after Watergate? You'd be like, oh,
yeah, right. There's no one there.
Yeah.
Right?
No
Yeah.
one's going to stop you. We're saving you guys. So
Yeah.
in return, give us that.
Yeah.
Now we've got two.
So I reckon the fans
Checkmate.
must have realised it because it's like the third or fourth episode of next season. Carter just did an off the comment that has nothing to do with the episode. It's like, oh yeah, the DHD for Antarctica, it just ran out of power.
Yeah, which is bullshit.
Yeah.
Right?
Because
Yeah.
the whole gate network is millions of years old.
Yeah.
And it
well, in that-
charges itself.
In that
Yeah.
in that same sentence, she says, "Oh, we've carbon dated it, and we think that the Antarctic Gate might be one of the oldest ones in the system. We think it might be as old as 50 million years old."
Did she? No.
She says that in Frozen.
Dear God.
Yeah. So it's really weird that we sent Daniel to Russia to plead for the DHD when we have a DHD, and it's never. If they mentioned in this episode that it was depleted, you'd be like, "Oh, that's convenient." But
Yeah.
you go, "Okay, fair enough. That gives us the thing we need." But it's never even mentioned.
Yeah. It's like after Tombstone, I'm like, how come we don't have that DHD now in the control room instead of that massive supercomputer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That drains a shit ton of power.
And then
Yeah.
this episode wouldn't have needed to happen.
Yeah,
Because
that's it.
Teal'c would have just come through.
would have been enough power.
But then we'd have to get rid of Walter.
Yeah. He's the one sabotaging it. He's
Well, he's
like,
still going to dial. Come on,
just
let's
like
be real.
stuck a screwdriver in it. It's out of power, sir.
Yeah. The DHD blew up.
We don't need Siler. That's who we don't need.
Well, and here's the other little thing that Robert C. Cooper stuffed up is
This isn't even me. This is great.
it's great. He's a cretin. We know it. That's fine.
That creature that wrote this.
Wait till we can read what Michael Shanks thinks about him next season.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
gonna be
looking
great.
forward to that.
What?
I've got an interview with Michael Shanks.
I've been trying to look at it. I'm trying to find the video because
Me
it's at
too.
a con.
Yeah, it's at a
can't find
convention.
it.
I can't
Yeah.
find it, so I've just got the
Glorious.
transcript. But so Teal'c, shoots down Tanis Alkesh. He runs through the gate. The Alkesh comes through. The explosion comes through. They said it destroys the DHD, but an Alkesh crashing can't destroy the gate. The gate's too strong. So all that explosion and debris from the Alkesh would have translated through the Stargate.
Yeah, right.
But then at
Teal'c
the end of
came
the
through.
episode, just Teal'c stepped through just on his own.
Yeah.
None of the explosion,
debris.
no
Yeah,
debris,
true.
nothing
No
else
fire.
comes through. It's just Teal'c, nice and safe.
I thought it exploded the gate.
Yeah,
I thought they said
it did.
They said the gate must have been destroyed from the other side.
Oh,
So
I
that-
thought she said DHD.
She did say
gate.
she
Yes.
said that the DHD got crushed by the Alkesh, which is the reason that the power shut off. But watching the visual effects, I'm pretty sure the gate breaks up.
got smashed.
Yeah.
Now that's
Yeah, I kind
You'd
of
have
did
to
it-
slow it down to really see. But
Yeah, I did, and I couldn't quite tell. Yeah, whether it was just the fire coming around it,
Yeah,
or whether it
okay.
actually did disintegrate. Yeah, because they're not too sure about it. But it survives stronger stuff than an Alkesh.
yeah,
It's crashing,
a
hasn't it?
comet
yeah,
straight
smashing
to the face.
Like our Giza Gate survived re-entry off a blown up Asgard ship,
Wow. Yeah.
and then went to the bottom of the ocean and still survived.
Yeah.
Maybe Tanith had a whole heap of raw naquadah in his
Asshole.
car in his asshole. You could only hope.
Is that,
His cargo hold.
literally Tanith is dead?
That's it.
He's gone, buddy.
Gone.
Yeah.
And we never see
See
him
him
again.
Took a shot straight to the cockpit.
Does
Wasn't
anybody
expecting
know
that. It was
what?
good.
Does anybody want to know what was supposed to happen to Tanith?
Oh yeah.
Absolutely.
Wheel in the piano, boys.
Oh,
Around the fire, it's time for another reading with High Pitch.
What up, G?
Link, you need to move over a bit.
Oh,
Damn, you're
oh,
sexy.
Jesus Christ.
That's usually where
He's
Graham
had a big
sits.
Christmas, I'll just put it that way. Go Nick Graham. Hey,
How are those baubles?
the big toes getting to work out there, aren't they? Summer.
I'm surprised
He's been shredding. Like, in fairness, last time we saw him, he was shredding, but it looks like it was like hit Boxing Day, and it's just like,
Yeah, he's mad shredded.
Mate, you
Yeah.
can
There's
get rid of-
baby oil too.
Get
but-
rid of
fit
the
though,
plastic
Graham.
crown,
It's
like-
on tomorrow night, buddy, for New Year's.
He got the tuxedo refitted, so looking sharp.
We're paying him by the minute, guys.
Yeah.
That's true. I'm sorry.
Robert C. Cooper offers a touch of insider gossip. One last interesting tidbit about the death of Tanith. We never intended to kill his character this way. We would have much preferred to have him face off with Teal'c in a grand showdown, but the actor was holding us up, and frankly, we just couldn't afford to give him what he wanted.
What?
So the Tanith in the cockpit of the Alkesh is actually a computer-generated effect.
Sucked in.
They didn't even get the actor back.
So
They just pulled some other shot from him from another episode
Wow.
and CG'd him into the cockpit.
he was just asking for too much money to come back.
Well, it's weird. I read online somewhere someone said he was unavailable because due to sickness.
Right.
But then, according to Robert C. Cooper,
Cooper's like, I'll ride around it.
he wanted too much. He wanted too much money, so
I can
Cooper
do it.
went.
It probably cost
Get
him more to do the
fucked.
CGI.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hang on, we're gonna have to CGI Graham because he's done. So
Thanks, Graham. Cheers, buddy.
See you, Graham.
Have a
Thanks,
good
bud.
summer, buddy.
Put
You're
your snow
looking
globes away,
good.
mate.
Yeah.
wear a shirt tomorrow night, or don't. Actually,
It's
But
up to you.
this
Hawaiian shirt.
is very telling, though. This is not. Well, this might be the first time, but it's definitely not the last time that Robert C. Cooper gets rid of actors just because he can, just because he doesn't like them or doesn't want to pay them or treat them with the respect they're earned.
Classic Cooper.
If anyone deserves a face-off, it's Apophis.
Yeah, right?
Yeah. He's not dead.
But honestly, a matchup between
He's dead.
a matchup between Tanith and Teal'c that would last all of 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Right?
You know, Tanith is just the random dude with a symbiote in his head, where
Yeah.
Teal'c is 100 and no, how old's Teal'c?
109?
I thought he was 99 in season 1.
Oh, was he?
So let's say
He's over 100 years old.
Yeah, he's over 100 years old of being warrior.
Yeah, badass.
Unlike
With a
this other
cannon.
dude, which is just like, and this other dude's what, like 35? Because he only just got it put in his head.
Yeah.
He's just
Yeah.
some reason, you know, I am Tanith, and you're like, dude,
Shut up.
You were like,
Yeah.
dude, you were fucking stacking books before you.
We've already
Tokra
caught,
basement.
Well, yeah, and
caught you
the
so many times.
the
already.
host was a pacifist because the host was a Tok'ra.
Yeah.
yeah.
You know.
So that
Sympathiser.
he wouldn't,
Oh, yeah.
he wouldn't have been like shredding for war.
No.
So Teal'c would
Why?
have
He was,
smashed
wearing
him.
he was wearing a big freaking gown. He likes wearing
He's
those big long
sweeping the
gowns.
floor.
He was an accountant, yeah. He crunched the numbers.
Yeah. We need 3 crystals over here.
That's how you crunch the numbers.
No, Lance. No, wrong crystal. No, God, it's Lentash. Oh, Lentash.
So, Carter was explaining how to keep someone from dialing in. She said you can move the iris to the
Yeah,
exact
God, that was annoying.
horizon, but she goes that way it'll stop an event horizon from forming.
You offset it.
But I'm like, can't you just put something in the middle? Like put a computer chair there. You don't have to move the whole iris.
That's what I always thought, but maybe it's
Right?
got to be.
Yeah, that's why I said a cardboard box.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something.
I wanna
Make
say-
Teal'c
just jam the screwdriver. Like, just hammer a screwdriver.
Just wheel a malp up and just sit it.
Yeah.
What? Just put a cat there and tape it down. Because surely if there's kind of organic material...
Mate,
What
mate,
else- what else
her
can we
cat's
put there?
Dead. Be a little more sensitive. Her cat died a couple of
Schrodinger,
weeks
you
ago.
sick son of a bitch.
Get Lieutenant Elliot from SG-17 to just lay there for 48 hours.
I like the idea of the computer chair because I just want to see that cutscene where, like,
Yeah.
we don't understand where it's come from. We just looks like we fixed it, sir. We see the computer chair and in the briefing, and then I want to see like Walter walking
Or Hammond goes
and do like a Mr. Bean where he kind of has to like make his own chair out of his own legs.
Laurie
against
Daly.
the wall.
He doesn't mention it. He just
I want to
tries
hear this. You're going nuts.
I want to see Hammond order Walter to give up his chair. Like they're in the control room and he's just like, Aaron, surrender your chair. And
Yeah.
Walter's like,
Walter's like, it's not going to work, sir. And he's like, do it.
And then he tries to
Be hard.
type down low while standing up.
and you just see a sad Walter just slowly wheeling his chair.
He has to lean into the mic.
Has to try and drag it up,
And he's-
up the
and
ramp
his
that's got all
chair's-
those holes in it. It's like,
His wheelchair's got like one of those like spinning wheels just to like
Yeah.
add to the sadness as he pushes away. The wheel at the back's just going.
Hello,
then it-
darkness, my old friend.
Cuts away and it comes back and he's set up a malp in front of the computer. He's just sitting on the malp.
Just straddling the...
one of the ones with the big gun on the big He's one of
Big
those
torrent,
Just
torrent
leaning on
mouth.
the satellite. I'm in the dish, just like, here we go. This is the life.
The dish he's got like chips in and dip.
This arm up my ass is sore though.
What's the temperature up there, Mel?
Open, shut. Open, shut.
But yeah, this obviously must be like the first insinuation that there's got to be something of substance, like in the event horizon to stop it. You can't just have a little thing there, which I guess makes it like we find out in the movie. There's like the big giant cover stone, and then last season, no, it was end of season 3. What was that horrible episode? New Ground. Where it was built into
that was in my middle section.
when it was built into the mountain, and it's like that was kind of acting as cover stone until they took the last few off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seemed like some unnecessary busy work.
Yeah, like, does it
why
have
don't
to-
they just lay it down and
Yeah, does it have to fill up the whole Stargate?
I
Center of the
I
Stargate.
feel like that's the idea
Must
of it.
have to.
Yeah.
It has to fill up the entirety of
Fill up
the,
that
of the
whole-
ring.
Which
Do
isn't
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Isn't a great safety precaution, really, if you think about it.
No,
So,
because if it's in water, it still opens, doesn't it?
Well,
on that wasn't exactly water on the Watergate planet. That was they were
Yeah, that's
living-
true. It
living
was alien
creature,
jizz.
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
I think it can open
That's
up.
right.
No. You know what? I think it can open
matter
up.
of
It's
fact, it
pressurized. Like
Correct.
Water can't just sort of like flow through it, and same goes with like a space gate or something like that.
Yeah,
You're not going to get sucked in like
through a
because
vacuum.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. So I think it's created in such a way that it can open up in any environment. Just wouldn't be able
Just not
to.
rock.
Just not rock.
Just not rock.
Not
Yeah.
rock hard.
Not
or
sand.
soil.
Penetrating
Soil if you
through that
bury
hole.
it.
Yeah.
Or an
But
iris.
in I think in Atlantis, I think we spoke about that before. They go into a planet and a waterfall
Yeah.
or some shit
Yeah.
comes down and floods
halfway.
the valley,
Yeah.
and they didn't want to dial back in because they'd flood the gate room.
Yeah. Now that was bullshit. Like that's the one time where there's been all these other instances, and it's just broken their own rule. But
Yeah.
they're
Was
not-
it season 4 or 5 of Atlantis? Because to me, they don't count.
Anything with Jason Momoa in it, counts.
The one with Rodney with the
he gets a thing in his ear. And,
that was it.
I don't remember.
We'll
I was
see you next year in 5 years.
I was a little pissed off with the time cut at the end where they're like, okay, we're gonna kill Teal'c. This team's got to go. Hammond has his badass like, I'll quit if it'll help. I'll quit.
Yeah.
Like, that was some badass Hammond.
I can buy you an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll quit for an extra hour. That's hectic.
So
Psych.
Carter's
you
in the
couldn't do
briefing room and she's looking out the window, and the gate starts dialing up, and you hear the first chevron lock. And then an SF comes in and tells that she's got a phone call as you hear the second chevron lock. Now, then it cuts to her walking down the stairs to tell Hammond and David and Walter that she's just had a call from O'Neill that's told him all this information as the fifth chevron is locking. It takes her from like the fifth to the sixth chevron to explain the information, but somehow between the second chevron locking and the fifth chevron locking, she's managed to have a conversation with O'Neill, get all the information she needs, and then say, but we're dialing right now. And he can go, well, go tell him. And then, okay, and then hang up from him, and then go all the way downstairs and retell the information. And I'm like, no way. Ain't buying it.
Yeah, and that wasn't the only one too, because when they're having the unknown error, Walter's like, there's an unknown error, and he's still dialing. It's like, should we override Carter? And she's like, let me think about it. Chevron 6. Yeah, we better cancel it.
Yeah.
It's like, what if Walter's like runs into some complications? He would have enjoyed it an extra 10 seconds.
And if you listen to that scene as well, it's like there's a set amount of time in between each chevron locking, but between 6 and 7 locking, there's just like this elongated gap of just the gate just spinning.
Yeah.
So it's Walter. He's just him just like clutching the car and just rolling down the hill.
Let's go around the roundabout twice.
Can I put it? Can I put it in the
Put it in
final gear
neutral,
yet,
guys.
or what? What am I doing?
That's
Yeah, not about it.
Can't drive a stick.
So where exactly is Dr. McKay from?
Canada.
Canada. Was he born there?
Yes, he was. He's actually born in England.
Was he? Canada, England.
Well, David Hewlett was.
So Simmons brought him in.
Yeah, he was at Area 51 for 2 years
That's
or
right.
1 year?
Yeah, he's
He-
basically like
the
Daniel.
world's expert.
He's a civilian that works for the Air Force as a
Consultant.
consultant.
Yeah.
But he's obviously in Simmons' pocket.
Which was kind of funny too, because when Hammond goes to Daniel, pack a bag, you're going to Russia in an hour, I would have just been like, no, I'm not. Civilian, I quit. I don't care.
Yeah. You can't do it.
And then later on, McKay goes, you can't tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As long as you're on there.
As long
Air
as
Force
you're on the
payroll.
Yeah,
I was
that
like, yeah.
that scene with him and Carter in the commissary, I wanted to strangle him
Yeah, me too.
Oh, yeah.
and his corpse. Like I
like-
just-
Whoa!
I really
I like him
enjoy
that much. Even if he's dead.
Yeah.
just everything he said just got on my nerves.
Oh, even the first when he
Nothing to
first
love
come
it.
in and Hammond goes, "Oh, you must be excited to see it in real life." Not really.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, you're
Really?
a f***wit.
Yeah.
You better be fucking excited. Why are you here, you piece of shit?
Yeah. And it's like Carter's come good every single time. Well, except for Red Sky, I guess. But it's like, and then he's got the nerve to be like, oh, yeah, you're just making all this shit up as you go along.
And
It's
you're
like,
lucky. And
yeah, and all that kind of shit. It's
Yeah.
like, mate, hindsight's 20/20. And then he's like, oh, I've got a thing for dumb blondes. And I was just like,
Yeah, so good.
I will choke you to death. I will choke
I
you
remember.
to death.
I remember when he said that, and
Sexy.
I just
Very
got flashbacks to 15 years ago, going, "Oh, that's why I hated you."
Yeah.
Right?
It was like everything else was forgivable up until that point. Really,
Yeah.
it's like I'd
Yeah.
done, and you're like, "Motherfucker, that's our Carter."
Go suck on a lemon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I love that line because he's like, "Oh, one little bit of lemon could kill me." So
Yeah.
she's basically saying, "Go kill yourself."
If
you
that,
piece of
if that
shit."
was done on HBO now, she would have just said, suck my dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
For sure.
oh,
I'll put lemon juice on my dick and
Go
you suck it.
all.
That sounds very.
I feel like that's going to hurt both people there.
Yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
risky.
It's bittersweet
Yeah.
and sour.
Sting you more.
But what I was living for was the guy serving them food in the mess.
Oh, yeah.
He was great.
attitude.
Yeah.
It just reminded me of what you were saying last week, Mitch, about like when the cadets, like when they fail,
Yeah.
and you're saying like, well, what do? They've been read in, they know all the secrets. Like they can't just go back to their normal lives.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's that guy.
Yeah. That's him.
He didn't. He didn't pass his
That's
final
Grogan.
test. Yeah.
Serving Grogan.
He
We'll
didn't pass
pay you
his final
80 grand a
test.
year to serve us gruel.
80.
Surface and shit lemon
Yeah,
chicken.
because why would he
Yeah.
stay there if he's not getting paid 80 grand a year?
80 grand to keep secrets and serve
Yeah.
Jello.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Make sure it's
Do you reckon
blue.
they get Jello in for real? In real military? Don't they just get
Oh, for
powder?
sure. Oh, powdered jello.
Oh mate, when
It's like chicken.
Craig was telling me when he was posted over in the Middle East, this is like 10 years ago now. Like in the they had like in Hungry Jack's, McDonald's,
Wow.
and shit like that there in there because obviously I sat there for a long, long time.
Yeah.
So yeah,
America.
they had a lot of mod cons like that
wow.
over
Really?
there. Yeah, like and that's in their
army
secure
in their
base.
barracks.
Yeah.
I want to say it was Wormhole Extreme. I don't think it was last week. It would have been 2 weeks ago. And they were in the base, and Carter and O'Neill, whether they talk about Marty or something. And I just when you talk about the Jello, like I swear that O'Neill brought back to sit with Carter, and on his tray was like a big bowl of Jello, or jelly as we call it here in Australia, with a peeled banana like sticking out the middle of it. I swear to Christ.
Just chuck a banana
but
in
then
there.
the next shot, it was like a front on, sort of over Carter's shoulder, and the banana's gone, but you can see in the Jello like this, like where it had been disturbed from something sticking out the middle, and I'm like. And I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on that because I want to see like some continuity error where they go to Carter, come back, and the banana's
She's
still
got a
there,
banana
right?
in her mouth.
Never saw it again, but you only ever saw him eating the Jello.
It was a Peter DeLuise episode, so I wouldn't be surprised. if
Yeah,
that
because it
actually
was
happened.
never like it wasn't. It was like there if you know to look for it. It wasn't even like it might stick out to you. You really had to, I feel like, search for it. And I just managed to be looking at the wrong corner
I'm
of the
totally
screen.
going back to watch that instead.
Please do, because I wanted to say, like, I didn't.
Please do, because I won't.
I will, because I want to. I don't want to
Right.
look like a complete idiot, even to myself. Because I didn't mention it the other week, and now that we're talking about Jello, it's like here's my chance to talk about the banana. Yeah,
I didn't want to bring it up.
Should have brought it up last week.
Well, speaking of things we don't want to bring up, I have to mention it. Now I know in the room we've settled it. It's a settled issue. But
more.
old Perso came for me the other week on socials about the whole point of origin thing.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You know? Now,
Aaron Percival.
in the room, we've settled the issue. It's fine. We're past everything.
We haven't
But-
settled it, but
Yeah,
we're
I
not
don't-
going
Well,
back to it.
Yeah, that's it. Well,
But wait.
Perso came for me the other week. and
Aaron Percival?
Yeah, Aaron Percival, and said, Matty, you're still wrong about the point of origin in
Yeah,
Solitudes.
I mean, you are.
Right. Okay, so here's just a little theory I'm just going to throw out here.
Yeah.
If we've got the Antarctic gate set up and we're getting the Giza DHD from the Russians, it's not going to have the same symbols on the gate because if we've got a different point of origin, it's not going to work, guys. So I'm just going to leave that out there for you, Perso.
Like having an iPhone 7, yet you have an iPhone 4 charger. It's like, oh man, but you're from the same people, but you don't do the same thing. Like, come on, like I get that. That makes sense.
Yeah,
That
so
makes
if
sense.
the two gates do have different points of origin, that means the DHDs are different. They have different symbols on them. So would plugging the Giza DHD into the Antarctic gate actually help? Is that why it exploded? Who knows?
Yeah.
We'll never know.
That's probably
But
why.
suck it, Perso! Don't come for me, mate!
Well, I mean, all right, let's talk about it. Let's do it.
Oh, no.
Let's talk about it.
Oh, no.
It's on.
Because I think the main flaw in your theory, maybe,
Rhys,
that I
you ready to
have.
drink?
Yeah, absolutely.
It's coffee time.
I just want to say this one thing. If you have a Stargate from the other side of the galaxy that doesn't have the Earth symbol on it, you can't bring it to Earth and use it.
But they both
Which
work,
you can.
Can you, though?
You should, yeah, well, yeah. They're interchangeable. They did that, like we had our gate first and then Ra brought this one over.
Yeah, but it had its own DHD. They come as a matching pair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So the
what was
one
the-
in
what was the
Solitudes
home-
had that.
What was
Yeah.
the home
Was that
point of
one.
origin?
But what I'm saying is,
Oh, yeah, that's just a Cooper.
in this
one.
in this
Yeah.
episode,
Now that we can all agree.
but that's what I'm saying. In this episode, if we're using a gate with one point of origin and a DHD with a different point of origin,
Yeah.
if you do believe the
It exploded.
things,
But it worked.
Didn't work.
but it
Well, they didn't dial out, did they?
No, they just opened
just
the event
connected
horizon
it.
and then the DHD
remove the
exploded.
control crystal.
Which I think is a bad... Look, they'd have safety protocols. If you tried to plug in the wrong DHD...
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you can't get your extension cord for your phone, take it over to America, and plug it in. The
No.
ports are different. You know, they're a 2-pin prong. We're a 3-pin prong.
Whereas, like
So-
in America, they don't have a safety switch on the outlet.
True.
So you probably would get zapped in
Well,
America.
and that's what
but here you wouldn't.
and that's what the third plug, the bottom of the 3 plugs, is your earth plug, isn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, which grounds you.
But if it's a class 2 electronics which doesn't have the earth pin,
Yeah.
you are well...
You're well.
But that's why your house needs to be earthed.
Absolutely.
So all I'm saying is,
Safe.
did
Safety first.
Carter MacGyver up some kind of DHD adapter? You
Yeah,
know,
because
to
that was that
connect?
thing in the middle, I think, where they were worried about power transfer, but obviously didn't work. If you remove the main crystal. I mean, there's a lot in this that you just have to pass over.
And it proves there's no Bluetooth because she had to hardwire him. She had to hardwire out
No,
the
I
HD.
think that's what I'm saying is I think that wire was for the power consumption issue
Yeah, I
that
think
McKay was talking about.
regulate the power
Yeah.
properly and all that kind of
Oh,
stuff.
Because he says if you remove that main power crystal, the whole gate will explode. So she's like, well, we can work around that. He's like, you're insane. And you're insane if you listen to her.
Yeah. And the general's like, f***ing what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go to Russia, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But no, how did the gate work in when the touchstone episode, right? So they go and the gate starts dialing, and it was just the dude in the truck. There was no cords, there was no nothing.
Yeah.
And then you see
Yeah.
every single planet. It's like the Stargate, and then 20 meters away is just
that's what I was saying. But then,
just planted in the
Brendan's
grass.
obviously said, that cable might have been more for power regulation than it was to actually make the actual
Right.
the actual
Underground
connection.
conduit.
Ooh, I like this. Say it again, Rhys.
Aussie duct.
Aussie duck.
Hey, hey, Rhys, do you want to know what the original title for this episode was going to be?
More than life.
Yes. 36 hours?
No better. Teal'c Interrupted.
Teal'c
What?
Interrupted.
That was the working
Right,
title
yeah.
for this.
Girl
right
Interrupted.
Up until
Yeah, when was Girl Interrupted? I thought it would have been earlier
No,
than
no, it was like
90s.
99,
Yeah.
2000.
Was that a
Wow.
Cooper thing?
Oh, well, he wrote it. So
well, there
Yeah.
you go.
yeah, no, whether
Huge
the
fan
title
of
or not.
Angelina.
No,
Or Winona, probably.
it's like a Deloise comes and he goes, Teal'c interrupted. They're like, oh,
Oh,
brilliant.
shit.
Cooper's like, no.
No.
But it goes over the course. It's about the 48-hour window. So it's got to be called 48 hours.
As soon as Simmons says 48 hours, you'll know why.
Yeah. what we find out is Carter's actually a cutter, and it's
A what?
Cutter.
it was a girl interrupted joke. Carter's a cutter.
I see.
Yeah.
Actually, just picturing Cooper coming into a meeting, almost like, when he does something dumb or just does something, we like to yell out, Cooper. I just like, I want
Hang on,
him.
wait.
If it's going to sound like that, at least put Greta.
We're not John
At
Howard.
least, sorry, at least with Greta, that's how it sounds,
put
right?
Greta's-
All right,
We haven't.
Hey,
Splodge.
Hey, go, Keeper.
Hey, Blinky.
Oh, Langer.
Get on, you Blinky.
Let's just all do it. Just to clear the room,
Okay,
let's
yeah.
just all just do one.
All right. Cooper! But I see him coming into the writer's
Feels
room,
good.
right? And he comes and he goes, okay, I've written it, and it's called 48 hours because 48-hour window, and when they say the line, you know what it is. Cooper.
It's like his mic drop
That's his
moment.
own mic drop.
out.
He says his last name, right? That's the picture.
Why are
See
you
that
talking?
motherfucker's dirt face from Wormhole Extremes. Cooper.
Cooper out.
Brad's like, what?
It's like the new. It's like his version of Salt Out.
Yeah.
It's like,
What are you
he's
even
like,
doing
Cooper.
here?
Cooper. And it's like, that's not going to be a thing, Robert. Cooper.
When he mixes like it's like the Cobra Kaiser. Cooper.
Yeah, but then on the other end of the table, I'm seeing like this. I mean, Michael's back for whatever reason, but you got Peter DeLuise, and they're just like DeLuise, and they don't even look at each other, but just like and like do that like forehand,
High five.
like high five,
Yeah.
like match.
No,
and
no.
it just looks f***ing cool. And they look back at Cooper. It's like, get the f- out of here.
The only nitpick I had with Cooper, because I watched it today, I didn't have much time to pick it apart and destroy it. But
You don't need much.
no, obviously,
Not for a lack
for
of
you.
trying.
yeah. Why is the SGC the primary gate? If we don't have a DHD,
Because that was the agreement we had with Russia.
what do they have it buried? Because they
No,
didn't
they
really.
just disconnected theirs.
Yeah.
But how they do
yeah,
it, it's
Who
Bluetooth
knows?
blocker.
Yeah.
just going to general
Yeah,
settings.
was that ever?
Yeah.
It was never mentioned.
Was it
Connection
ever resolved
network.
in Watergate? Was it just? Do you reckon they just got gun shy because their entire facility was killed, and they just went, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
probs not."
Well, it didn't Jackson say in this episode, we know that Russia doesn't want a Stargate program for themselves.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I guess they have no want for it. But then what's to stop them
Which I
connecting it
doubt.
up and sending a couple of teams off like they were doing?
Yeah.
I mean, they tried to get a man on the moon, which was pointless. So why wouldn't they want a Stargate program?
Yeah. And send, like, because if America finds out, they'll take the Russians off world and kill them all and come back and go, whoops.
Or was it?
Yeah.
Was it the agreement that that they kind of briefly touched on that? I wonder if that's when it was done with Watergate. Was okay. Well, you disconnect your DHD, and in return, we will give you all the information and all the technology
Yeah.
and stuff that we get.
Yeah.
But we just haven't been doing that. So
Pretty
really,
shit.
really,
You
we were in
say
the wrong.
give us the DHD. You'd be like,
Yeah, well,
look,
that's like, yeah.
you don't really
Yeah.
have a leg to stand on. You can't close your gate, and no one's like,
You haven't got an
no-
iris.
yeah, you ain't got no iris. Shit could get real. So I mean, we're the experts, and we've
Yeah.
got Teal'c. So
We got Teal'c.
Yeah.
Shut up.
suck a fat one.
Yeah. If we ever find a Teal'c, we're taking over.
Yeah, but that part just didn't make sense to me.
But
Maybe all the interested parties just died.
Yeah, well,
in
Daniel
Watergate.
said, like, all they really want is what we promised them. And then all they wanted extra after this was just an SG team. And then the
on
report...
the American base.
Yeah, on the American
Yeah.
base. And the reports go through one of the Russian members. It's like, that's not that bad.
no,
If
Yeah,
you want to
the
save
ama-
Teal'c.
The
that's
amount
not
of
bad.
documents that have been leaked from the SGC that everyone knows about.
horrible.
It's the
Yeah.
loosest.
Yeah.
Mayborn has them all.
Like, they don't need someone in
On
there,
his
mate. Just tell them.
Windows
Literally.
2000.
Yeah.
Floppy disk.
It's just been
Yeah,
set.
what is it? Findorama.com.
What no was just like, all right, you guys set up that website for us. All right, I got it.
I think
Yeah.
the one in this episode I read was actually so you want to be a hacker.net or something like
Really?
that. Was
Dear
where Mayborn
God.
was apparently.
How was O'Neill going all hard out with the facility that he goes and finds all the information at?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That, where the Goa'uld
Oh,
is
Adrian
being held.
Conrad.
sits there and has a little chat to him, and then figures the shit out that there's a camera there. He's like,
Yeah. Even Mayborn was like, I don't understand, Jack.
Convenient.
We're in the friggin' security room. What do you think, Mayborn?
I'm looking for a video right now. Like, use your
And
brain.
What I loved was it's like, you know, they had the whole thing where it's like they had to take down some of the guards and black everything out to pull people away. And then Jack just kind of waltzes in the back door.
Yeah.
Like, you can see he just waltzes in from the backyard. You think they'd have the girl secure, like, in the basement or somewhere
Yeah.
different. No, he's just in the sunroom, just in the backyard.
he's
just
literally
in a
got a view of
cage.
everything.
When O'Neill pops his head in and shoots one of the guards at the cage, and then the other one looks over and sees him on the ground and goes, "Oh, I'll go directly into his same position
Yeah.
with my gun pointed the opposite way."
Oh dear God!
And then just gets shot as well.
You know,
like,
I think they were
so
the
dumb.
they were some of the other people that got kicked out of that recruitment, the SG recruitment.
Screw this, I'm going in on D.
You either will be assigned to an SG team or you will not. They're the guys. They're the guys.
They're the guys that went, screw this. I'm not serving up lemon chicken.
And I love that all just like all the security tapes were just that VHS tapes.
Oh, so good.
It's like just taking up
Glorious
an entire
VHS.
giant bookshelf.
On long play.
Yeah, got to be a long play, otherwise you're going to get 1 hour and a half or something out of
no
each.
point.
These days, you just got a couple of hard
Yeah.
drives top of each other. Oh, there you go.
Don't rip off the tab.
Hey?
20
Don't rip
years
off the tab. You can't
pick off
re-record
the-
it.
Oh, no, hey, yes, you could. We used to figure
Sticky tape. Bingo.
You take over the
a
top.
little bit of masking tape over there. Easily peel it off.
Hey, life hack.
What do you think? Yeah.
How about we email it to ourselves about 20 years ago when it mattered?
What about if you had 2 VCRs and you'd rent videos from Blockbuster or Video Easy, take them home and record them so you
Yeah.
can keep them?
Oh, I never got that.
Never did that.
far.
Yeah,
obviously.
I mean, in theory, that would have been great.
What about,
anyone that
what about back in the
Just
day
remember
when
they used to, sorry,
It was very advanced.
at the start of every video, and you'd play it and then have the warning and like
Pirate
if you copy
Pirates.
this,
Yeah.
you'll go to jail for
Oh,
all the,
shit.
and you'll be fined $25,000,
Yeah.
and that scared the out of
remember
me,
that?
kid.
Remember that? Did
You.
Oh,
Oh, no.
that went for
Guess
ages.
what you
Like-
pay for or whatever.
That's right, yeah.
Remember when you could go to
Oh,
like
I
you could
hated
order
that.
a pizza like from Pizza Hut, and they'd have a program where they'd give you a VHS.
Oh, God, it was gold.
I got Galaxy Quest. I got
What did you get?
Galaxy Quest.
Oh, that is a new
Good
one.
movie,
It's a
Mitch.
good movie. It's good. You should check it out. And that Kirsten Dunst movie.
Interview with the Vampire.
No,
Bring it on. No, sorry.
The
Jumanji.
no, the one with Cisco in it.
Thong Song.
Song, and it's like they were doing
Dogs,
they were doing a play. They were doing a play, like a,
Romeo
a
and Juliet.
Shakespearean play and stuff. Anyway, I've got that one as well.
I don't think anyone's.
I
I think you're
really
the
want
only
to
one.
know.
that saw
I
it.
really want to know that movie.
We've
As well.
rattled off every other
It
film.
had vitamin C in it too. Remember her? As we
Bring It On?
go
No.
Bring It On 2.
we remember.
I didn't know that she ever acted in
all
it.
the time.
I didn't know she had did anything except for that song.
I got Rush Hour in that deal.
Oh, yeah.
Good
Wasn't it
pickup.
Rush Hour too?
Might have been. Might have got 2 deals.
Vitamin C
Show
sang
1 and
the
2 double pack.
Yeah, I think
See,
it could have
I-
been.
2 pizzas,
like,
2
what?
Rush Hour movies.
I lived for what used to get in Happy Meals. They put some effort into
Yeah,
that. You used to get these
yeah.
glasses when Batman Forever came out.
Oh,
we
yeah.
still got them at
Still got
Mum
them
and
at
Dad's
home.
place.
Yeah,
The
we do.
question mark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Or
Yeah.
the
Amazing.
two-faced one, and the handle is coins.
Oh,
All it is, just
so
coins
good.
spinning, and that's what
They
you
put some
mug.
effort
It's
into
a
them. back in the
23-year-old
day.
glass cup from
Oh,
Macca's.
what about the
It's
time
like
they,
it's still
they
getting a
designed their
worker.
own Transformers to be like French
Yeah.
fries
Yeah.
and burgers and
Yes.
Big Macs and stuff?
Oh God.
Epic.
That was the way.
Now
Oh,
what
they
have
had the
they got?
Beauty and the Beast cups. That was KFC.
Remember
No,
they went
that
through
was
that
Macca's.
phase
They had
how they
something
had
with-
like cardboard things that you fold up and put together? And you're like, you've really gone downhill, McDonald's.
Yeah, stick to what you're good at.
It's
Yeah,
starting
better
to come
stuff than
back up
this.
now. My kids just love it.
Yeah.
It's like they
What do
got
they give you out now?
there's like it's probably just back to where it was.
Like
Like
back to plastic.
yeah, pullback cars and
Oh, yeah.
all that shit.
Windy toys.
Holy crap, Mila Kunis was in it too. It's called Get Over It.
Oh,
Yeah, I never would have guessed.
I mean,
that.
great
Right.
movie.
Yeah.
Good
Yeah.
show.
Mila Kunis in bikini when she
Probably
was
can't
about
afford to
18.
Oh,
sponsor
I'm
the
not saying
show.
I wouldn't be interested. I just never would have. I've never heard
Oh,
of
it's
it.
got
so.
Cisco in it. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sings the thong
Cisco.
song at the end.
Does he really?
He does.
say the line, say the line.
Yeah.
I
ABC
didn't do it.
TV reckons it's absolutely hilarious.
ABC TV.
Vitamin C sings Love will keep us together as she's just like
Yeah.
walking down the street.
Wow.
Wow.
Great
Yeah,
cameo.
all his memories
Oh,
are coming
Vitamin
back
C
now.
isn't a band; it's a singer.
Yeah, she was that
Right.
the chick with the.
Is it Forever?
Orange
Was that the
hair.
song?
It's a supplement.
It was very orange.
Yes.
I was very,
no, it was
I was
the,
very
it was the something
confused
song,
as a,
wasn't
like,
it? Like the
you know,
reunion
mid to late
song.
teenager about whether or not I found it attractive. I just, it years.
Is
I
this-
put it
is
into-
this
Like,
legal?
she looked like she was about 20, but she was actually like 35. Like,
So she
when
was
that song
Billy of
came out.
Power Rangers. Right. Got it.
the Daniel Jackson before Daniel
Yeah.
Jackson.
Oh yeah, the OG Daniel
He actually
Jackson.
could have been Daniel Jackson. Yeah. They come back now and Shanksy doesn't want to do it. F***ing call up Billy.
Cool, yeah. Billy's
Graduation was the song.
That was it.
Because I think James Spader can't reprise Daniel Jackson. He's too deep now. He's two balls deep in Raymond Reddington for that.
Yeah. He does look like he spent 25 years in Abydos, though.
Yeah, he does. Well, no.
This Shanksy.
He spent 25
no,
years.
Spader.
Spader
Oh,
spent
right.
25 years on that. That
Backing
hell.
track.
You know that party thing where O'Neill got the cake and the nano
Everyone's
he
just
aged?
ignoring that.
This is what you tune in to get into
Now I'm
gate
gonna-
for.
Yeah.
All right, I hate everyone.
Sounds of the gate.
Yep.
Speaking of
Friends forever.
I was just gonna get a backing track.
speaking of growing up, has anyone seen Michael Shanks' beard lately?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He stole
Tyrion
that
Lannister.
from Peter Dinklage.
Yeah.
He literally skinned Peter Dinklage and put it on his face.
Is it real? It looks fake.
All you need is Hemsworth
Sure.
just to go, I see you copied my beard.
I'd actually like Spader to come and he goes, so I see you've copied my beard.
Yeah.
And just watch Shanksy shrivel up. Oh my God.
Oh my God, the
really
original
deep.
me.
I did
were me
Hamlet.
before
I did
I was.
Hamlet. I did Hamlet. I did Hamlet. I did Hamlet. I'm an actor. I'm an actor.
How many seasons of Stargate do you reckon Shanksy did before he made as much money as old mate did for the actual movie?
5.
All right, combined.
Yeah, good point. Well, it would have gone into syndication at some point. So then,
7?
yeah,
Was it 7 seasons?
yeah. Speaking of paying attention,
Yes.
it's time to find out if Rhys been paying attention. Now, I've just realised that I've only written down 4 questions here.
Oh, I see.
Matty, you should throw one in.
How many questions this week? 5.
Who's the director of...
Brendan, what? If I whisper, Rhys can't hear us, even though he's got headphones on.
I'll cover my ears with these headphones.
What country was McKay born in?
Did they mention that?
No, but we did. Shut up.
The actor or...
Ah, yeah. I like it.
You'll just say it's wrong anyway, whichever one I say.
Hey, actually,
Multiple choice.
before we go on with that, Simmons bribes Hammond. Wouldn't Hammond have some kind of recording device to just go, F you?
Simmons bribes Hammond?
We kind of
Yeah, he
blackmailed him.
give me what I want, or
Yeah.
you'll never see Teal'c again.
Yeah, I've got the information.
Yeah, and he goes, I'm trying to count how many federal laws you're breaking right now and all that kind
Yeah.
of stuff. You're right. It's the general's
Yeah.
office. You'd be recording shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have a talk boy there, for God's sake.
At least. You take Kevin McAllister's talk boy, you're good to go.
But then he goes to play it back and
I'm
Simmons...
Hammond, the general. I'd like a hotel room, please.
Like a new chair, please.
He accidentally recorded him in Long Place when he plays it back. Simmons like,
Shit!
I'm sorry, Mr. President. I swear to God, this is how it went down.
Trying to work this thing, damn
Carter,
technology.
get in here.
Walter.
All right. 30 seconds on the clock. 4.5 questions. Your time starts after this one. In 48 hours, Teal'c was trapped in the Stargate buffer. Who helped Colonel O'Neill get the information to save him?
Mayborn.
Correct. What is Dr. McKay's fatal allergy? Allergy.
Lemon.
More information.
Sorry.
Lemons.
Which gold was killed in this episode?
Tanner.
Correct. What did Carter tell McKay to do before leaving mess hall?
Go suck a lemon.
Correct. What did Jack leave behind on the planet?
Planet.
Grogu?
Teal'c.
Oh, not the answer I was looking for.
But true, right?
No, because he was in our gate. On Earth.
What did he leave
What
behind?
did he leave behind?
He left behind his hat. His
Really?
fishing hat. His cap.
Oh.
Devastated.
Yeah.
So, what is Dr. McKay?
Deathly
Fatally
allergic to
to?
citrus.
Citrus we're after
Mortally
there.
allergic to
Citrus.
And obviously, yeah, lemon has citrus in it.
It's a catchy nuts. What do they say?
Again, so does an orange.
All thumbs are fingers, but not all fingers are thumbs.
That's true.
You know?
Absolutely.
What? What?
But if they're in an arsehole, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, right?
It's about to say. It's all a
Your father made you wrong!
You stupid son of a bitch.
How many thumbs equals a fist?
That is episode 104 of Get Into Gate, 48 hours. We will be back next week to talk episode 15 of season 5 with Summit. In the meantime, you can check out...
We also will be talking episode 16 because it's a two-parter. Summit Last Stand.
Oh, see, you look. I fell out of favour with those bloody two-parters because it's been so fucking long since we had one. So that'll
Damn
be
you,
good.
season 4.
Damn
Well,
you all.
and to be fair, Last Stand makes no sense in terms of the actual episode. Summit works, Last Stand not so much.
Oh, see, now I'm not even looking forward to it because it's written, the first episode, Summit, by Malozzi, Mully, directed by Martin Wood. And then the next episode's written by Robert C. Cooper. He's like, all right, guys.
It's not the first time he's done that.
Wrap this up.
Let me bring this down a bit.
That's a good pitch. I might try and ruin that.
Until then, you can check out all of our old podcasts on the Get Into Gate podcasting channels. Pick your favourite one and search for us on that. You can find us on the social pages, Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. Search Get Into Gate, a Stargate podcast, or send us a long-form email or voicemail, whatever you want, at getintogate@gmail.com.
And don't wait 48 hours. Jump on Patreon now.
I was going to say, it will not take you 48 hours to go to Patreon / There we go.
I wish there was a place called 48 Hours. There you go. That's the noun.
Wow, it's a throwback. Yeah, look, enjoy your if you're listening to this as soon as we upload it, enjoy your last 48 hours of 2018. Happy New Year to all. We'll be back with our next episode, the first episode of 2019. And can we all just say it for one last time for the year, guys? Cooper! Now, this one's for you, Maddie. I figure if we're going to go out, we may as well go out the right way.
Oh.
Stop it.
My headphones going back on. Everyone sit down. I'm about to Christina Aguilera this bitch.
This is how it feels, baby.
We will still be friends forever.
Don't be confused by the song. We're not leaving. We're not retiring. We'll see you next week.
Get Into Geek.